happy little sky. Gonna take, what am I gonna take? We'll use some Prussian blue, and black. Blue and black, or black and blue. A little bit of white. So we got blue, black, and white. I'm gonna add the least little touch of alizarin crimson into that. Least little touch. If you get too much, you're gonna have purple. And I don't want purple. About like that. It's a nice color. Cut across, teeniest little roll of paint on the knife. Maybe way back here in the distance, it lives, midnight black. You can put a little touch of blue in it if you want, a little touch of Van Dyke brown in it if you want, but mostly black. Get our little roll of paint right out on the edge of the knife as usual. There it is. Now then, let's make some big decisions. Right in here, we'll put some dark color. See there? Right against that light. Boy, that stands out. Maybe right along in here lives. There's a bump. And it comes right on down. We are going to make one awesome mountain. Big too. Maybe right along here we can just fill all this in. See how easy that is? And we have beautiful big glacier laying right up on top of that mountain. Looks like a lot of the mountains in my home in Alaska. There we go. Just lay all that color in there. Okay. Like so. Now down in here I'm going to use some titanium white, Prussian blue, and some black. I'm making a bluish color, about like so. Cut off that little roll of paint again. And I'm going to begin fading this out. I want it to get more into the bluish color down here. Pushing very hard. Right now I'm just trying to push that color right into the fabric. Right into the fabric. Like so. There we go. Okay. I'm going to change to the small knife. It works better in these little bitty places. Okay. Here I'm taking some Prussian blue and white. And once again, even with a small knife, we get that same little roll of paint. Let's go up here. Now I want to show a thickness. So there's a shadow right here. See? So you create a little shadow, but just adding a touch of blue, and it makes it thick. And we don't want that to be too straight, so we can just take the knife and in here and just tap in all kinds of little ridges and bumps, still following the basic lay of the land. See, all down in here we'll have some. Here they go across, wherever you want them to go. It's up to you. It's up to you. Up to you. This is your mountain, so you do whatever you want. Then we can put a few little highlights here and there. Just there. A few little highlights. Okay, keep this quite dark though. You don't want to lose that beautiful dark value that you have here. If it gets too light, just scrape it off. Put you some dark right back in there. See, this is the way you separate them right here. Bring them all apart. Put all those little things in there, individual things. And let that come right on down to wherever. Let's go back to our black and blue and brown. Mostly black still. Once again, our little roll of paint. Every time I load the knife, nearly I load that little roll of paint. Now then, let's go right up in here, and maybe there's a happy little bump, big rock, big stone, and he lives right there. See, in your world, you decide how many rocks and bumps and stones live in here, and put them in. You can have as many or as few as you want. There. Just drop them rascals right in there. And that helps also build that illusion of depth once again. A little bit of the dark blue and white, so we can indicate a shadow or two on there, and I'm just barely touching. And this is where you would separate the different stones. Yeah, you can pull them apart There we go. Just let that come right on down. Like so. And you can make as many or as few bumps. I'll just use a brush. It has a little touch of blue left on it. I'll get some sap green and some yellow ochre. Tap. I don't want a great deal of paint on the brush. Just a little right now. We're going to go right up here. And maybe back in here. There it is. You knew it was there all the time. Back in here is just maybe a little grassy field that lives right in there. And all I'm doing is tapping. The big thing to remember here is to follow the lay of the land. You have to make a big decision here. How does the land flow? The angles in the ground. That's your responsibility at this point, to make that big decision. When you have this kind of power and can create mountains and trees, and you have to make those kind of decisions. And you can. You can.